Update version 8.6.0. Greetings from Comtuos. Let's see. Let's just scroll down to the main stuff here. Okay, so here is all the new units. Obviously, we know this guy only has one form. We already won over him. Seems pretty good for guild content stuff. Let me try to blow this up a little bit more in case you're trying to look at this from your phone. All right, we'll just go through them individually here and give our first impressions of them. And I need you guys to let me know if it's a build or pass. Build or pass. That's the game we're playing today. I feel like we shouldn't be doing it this way though, because we can't see their stats and we can't see their cooldown. Yeah, I think we might as well just go into the game and look at them from the game. All right, so here they are. Go with this guy first, Tanjiro. And now we can see their leader skills and their base stats. So 103 speed, attack type, pretty decent attack and HP there. And he's got a HP leader. I'm going to try to break this down in a simpler format instead of me just kind of reading it. I'm just going to see like exactly what it is and simplify it as much as possible. First skill prevents people from receiving beneficial effects for 2 turns, and the damage will be increased if there's things on cooldown. I'm pretty sure that's unique. I don't think anybody has that type of first skill, so that could be really cool, especially on a revenge build, even though he's an attack type unit. But not terrible base HP, so you could maybe make him tanky. And then we just went over the second skill, ignores defense, and if this skill's on cooldown, he's going to receive attack bar by 50%, which is a pretty significant amount. But yeah, that could be really good. And another reason why I think you might want to build this guy tanky already, even though he's attack type. And then third skill, Burning Bones, Summer Sun, attacks all enemies to absorb their attack bar by 25% and disturbs HP recovery for 3 turns. Decreases the effect of attack bar decreasing effects you receive from enemies by 50% while Burning Bones Summer Sun is on cooldown. So everything here is dependent upon cooldowns. This guy, what's this guy going to be good for though? And then he comes with the HP leader skill. So like more things kind of pushing him more towards being built on maybe like HP crit damage attack. Things that increases damage naturally as well. But what do you guys think of this guy? Is he a build or pass? Everything resets nowadays, so it's nice. Oh, true. Jackson Beach says build. Yeah, I think this guy's a build. Like you just said, everything that tries to reset is actually going to benefit this guy now. If he gets all of his skills reset by, say, the Fire Desert Queen, it's actually going to benefit him. So very interesting way to look at these type of units, but let's move on to the next. Yeah, I'm gonna say build as well. All right, up next here, the water one, same. Let's just compare stats real quick. So this one's a 4-star, natural 4-star. Stats are gonna be lower, same speed, and yeah, it's hard to make the comparison because it only shows max level 35 compared to max level 40. Same first skill, of course. They're all gonna have the same first skill. Is the second skill the same? No, it's not. Attacks all enemies to decrease their attack speed for 2 turns with a 50% chance and increases the duration of harmful effects granted on them by 1 turn. I'm not sure how many units we have that do AoE increased duration of harmful effects. I know we have the Dark Homunculus that can do it, but I'm not sure who else. So good to see a 4-star being able to do that. And then third skill, Whirlpool, attacks all enemies to freeze them for 1 turn, deals additional damage 2 more times to targets with harmful effects and inflicts continuous damage to them for 3 turns each. Reusable in 5 turns, goes down to 4 turns. I'm just realizing that I didn't go over the cooldowns of these or the harmful effect increases. This one will also go to 3 turns. But this guy actually seems really good. He seems like something that's going to be especially good for TOA and COA. For the water COA, he's probably going to be really good for that. Maybe even on a dot team. Like arena dot team might be pretty useful for that. But yeah, I think the main thing with this guy, build for TOA and probably pass for RTA and most arena things. We'd have to test them out for that dot team, but I think he could definitely work if, you know, you build him correctly. Just go back real quick to look at this guy's cooldown. So this is on 3-turn cooldown, and this will be also on a 4-turn cooldown. Always important to look at these things. Sometimes the cooldown goes down by like 2, which is very significant when you're first trying to test out a new unit. And you're like, oh, this unit sucks because he does this skill, and then that's pretty much it. But if, you know, it's on a 3-turn cooldown, there's a reason why this skill doesn't do as much as maybe you hope that it would do, because it's able to violent proc into being able to do that skill pretty much the next turn. All right, moving on. Also, I don't think we looked at the leader skill, defense leader for anywhere in the game. Another attack type unit with a random leader skill. All right, the wind one here is a nat 5 compared to the fire one. Very similar, actually has a little bit more attack. Speed stays the same, first skill stays the same. Second skill attacks the enemy to deal damage that ignores defense. Okay, so this one's the same as the fire one. And third skill, clear blue sky. Very interesting. Clear blue sky you give to the wind one. Wouldn't that make more sense on the water one? I don't know. I guess we'd have to see how it looks. Maybe it makes more sense to be on the wind one. But anyway, attacks all enemies to stun them for 1 turn and grants immunity on yourself for 1 turn. If an enemy is stunned, increases your attack power for 1 turn when attacked by an enemy while clear blue sky is on cooldown. Also coming with the global attack leader skill. These numbers aren't that significant. I think that whatever one's going to have speed is going to be significant. 28% is pretty nice. But yeah, there's a lot of units with better leader skills. How do I feel about this one though? AoE stun and you get immunity. I don't know. I'm not really feeling this one. I'm not feeling the fact that his third skill says clear blue sky and he's a wind unit. And yeah, I think I'm passing on this one. What do you guys think? Build or pass on Wind Tajiro? And let's move on to the light one here. Just taking a look at the base stats again. So all very similar. This one's a little bit better than the fire one. Pass, it's missing something for a nat 5. Yes, I agree with that. I feel like it doesn't do enough. And I feel like all of these seem like, based off their skills, that they should be HP type units, but they're not. So it's kind of weird. I mean, the fire one at least makes a little bit more sense. And the water one's just going to be very, specific for a certain thing in the game. But yeah, the wind one, I can't really see being used too often unless we're missing something here. But yeah, I don't know. All right, anyway, the light one, second skill is going to be the same as the fire and wind one. And third skill, Sun Halo Dragon, attacks all enemies 3 times to leave a branding effect for 2 turns, recovers your HP by 10%. When attacked by an enemy while Sun Halo Dragon is on cooldown. Goes down to a 4-turn cooldown. AoE 3-turn branding. That's a lot of turns of branding. And him being able to heal himself back up is pretty nice. I feel like this is another unit though that, I don't know, I feel like he should be an HP type unit. I don't know what the damage multipliers are going to look like, but I guess this guy's more of just a setup for the rest of your team to attack on top of the branding. 3-turn branding's hard to shake off, but yeah, 10% HP recovery when attacked by an enemy while this is on cooldown. You know what? Thinking about it a little bit more. So if you bring this guy into or against a really tanky team that can't really one-shot even your attack type units, every time he gets hit after using this skill, he's going to be recovering HP. So there's a good chance that every hit is going to feel like you did 0 damage because he's just going to recover most of that HP back. Obviously, an easy way to deal with this guy is just try to one-shot him. He ignores defense though on skill 2. Yeah, maybe I'm overlooking this skill a little bit. These are going to be kind of like Sonya and similar to this one. And I think there were some other ones as well. It's very similar to that. They both have the same second skill. It's good for, a one-shot team. All these units can one-shot if they get turn 1. So I do see your point with that. But as far as third skills concerned, are you building this guy just to go for the one-shot? And then this is just kind of like a backup skill? I don't know. Build or pass, I mean, it's a light dark nat 5. I think naturally you're going to build it. Ignoring defense, going to be able to one-shot something that's already good enough just having these 2 skills. But yeah, I say build it, but I think could definitely maybe use a buff in the future. Increases resistance, another random leader skill on this guy. And then last but not least, we got the dark one here. Another 4-star, same first skill, and second skill is the same as the water one. Decreased attack speed and duration of harmful effects, increases the duration. And then third skill, constant flux, attacks all enemies 2 times to decrease their defense for 2 turns and grants an irresistible effect for 2 turns. That's okay. That's okay. 103 base speed. So you're going to want to use this guy to defense break to set up your other units. Not necessarily for damage. Irresistible effect. So on the first hit, you could land the irresistible effect, and if that's landed, then the second hit is guaranteed to land the defense break. Is kind of what I'm getting from this. He also comes with a kind of low crit rate leader skill. Not too impressed by this guy. I think if I got this guy on my account, probably not building him. So I'm gonna pass on Dark Tanjiro. But let me know what you guys are thinking. Maybe I'm missing something about him. But that's my first thoughts, first impressions of the Tanjiros. I'm sure I'm going to be pronouncing names completely wrong all day today. All right, moving on to the Nzuko Kamado. Fire Nzuko. Support type unit. Let's just go through them real quick. HP, support, attack. Okay, so these are like all over the place. Anyway, let's just go through this one for now. Support type. Okay base speed. Okay HP. It's like the same as the last unit we were looking at. First skill, Powerful Scratch, attacks the enemy 2 times to decrease its attack power for 2 turns with a 35% chance each. Second skill, Exploding Blood, attacks all enemies 2 times. The first hit blocks. I think actually this is the one that we went through. Not the greatest of a Mon family, honestly. Yeah, talking about the last units, I agree with that. We'll just go through these again anyway, even if I already went through them in a previous video. So attacks all enemies 2 times. The first hit blocks them from removing harmful effects for 2 turns with a 50% chance. And the second hit absorbs their attack bar by 20% with a 50% chance. Goes up to a 70% chance after skill ups and a 3-turn cooldown. Absorbing is obviously always better than reducing. Absorbing, you're, taking their attack bar as well. So pretty good. Second skill, this is going to like give her another turn, and it being on a 3-turn cooldown after skill ups, this skill is going to be available almost, it's going to feel like it's available every time she gets a turn, but pretty nice there. And then third skill, Flame Spiral, attacks all enemies to stun them for 1 turn, blocks them from receiving beneficial effects for 2 turns, and then decreases their attack bar by 50%. So a lot of attack bar manipulation, a lot of blocking of effects. Yeah, so just trying to counter anything that buffs immunity. Things like Annabelle, if they try to remove harmful effects on the team, she can prevent that from happening. So yeah, just your standard support. Doesn't do any healing, but a lot of attack bar manipulation, a lot of debuffs, preventing things from happening. Not terrible. And then a guild leader skill increases accuracy by 48%. So this is telling us this unit's going to be mainly used for guild content to prevent some of those teams that, like I said, try to remove harmful effects. And yeah, not bad. I think if I got this unit, I would definitely build it for not only guild content, I think it's also going to be pretty good in some RTA matches. But besides that, not good for any sort of PvE content, I don't think. Maybe can be used in some stages of TOA and COA for blocking effects and reducing all the attack bar if you want to put her on Despair. But yeah, that's what I think of her. I'd build her. Up next, the Water Nzuko, HP type unit. As we can see, a lot more HP than what we've seen so far. At least they're getting that correct. And same first skill, second skill, triple roundhouse kick. Attacks the enemy 3 times to stun the target for 1 turn with a 30% chance, and decreases their attack bar by 30% with a 30% chance. Increases your attack bar by 30% if the target is stunned. This attack will deal more damage according to your max HP. Okay, so already simple to build, just build it with a lot of HP. Also, these percentages will go up by 15% after skill ups. So we're looking at 45%. So read this again and instead say 45%, which is basically 50%, right? We're only 5% away from that. And on a 3-turn cooldown. So we are actually increasing our attack bar in some cases. Not absorbing, but we are still increasing our attack bar. Interesting. And then third skill, Unique Physique. Passive. Decreases your HP by 15% of your HP at the start of your turn. Creates a shield equal to 20% of your max HP for 2 turns when you attack on your turn. Counterattacks with triple roundhouse kick if you are attacked on the enemy's turn while having the shield. Okay, so I do have questions about this one. Is this any shield, or is it only the shield that she applies to herself? So for example, if we try using the wind pudding with her to give her the shield. Is that going to still go with her passive when she gets attacked? Is she going to be able to, you know, use triple roundhouse kick as a counter? But overall, this kind of seems like a buffed Rina, the water priest, Epicon priest. That's the vibes I'm getting right now. And then also comes with a guild resistance leader skill, 48%. That's like the highest you can get, which fits perfectly with her skills. Definitely going to be good for guild content. I think is also going to have really high solo potential in RTA if you pick her correctly. Maybe even good for arena defense. Definitely good for guild war defense. As far as PvE, nothing good for PvE, but definitely a build. I would build her. I would definitely build her. What do you guys think of her? Build or pass? All right, moving on to the Wind Nzuko. She's a natural 4-star. Obviously going to have the lower base stats because she's only level 35. And let's take a look at what she does. Support type. Same first skill. Second skill, attacks all enemies 2 times. This is the same as the fire one. So being able to block people from removing harmful effects. And absorbing attack bar to be able to turn cycle quickly. And then third skill, Exploding Blood Sword, fills up the attack bar of the allied target and increases its attack power and defense for 2 turns. Oh, hold up now. 3-turn cooldown, turn cycling like crazy. Wait a minute. Leader skill, defense leader skill for guild content. Let's see, base speed 101. I don't know if you guys are thinking the same thing, but is this like Konamiya? Is this like the Garudas? Except better? Is this like a buffed Garuda? Free to play Dova? With an AoE on skill too. Yeah. It's going to turn cycle like crazy. It doesn't heal, doesn't revive. But yeah, that's what that's looking like. You guys are saying build. I think this is definitely a build, especially for a 4-star. Really good 4-star. I know somebody's going to create some sort of team that's going to be broken with this unit. And I'm thinking it's going to be for Giants. Something to do with like a unit that is based off of defense and attack or something. Can't think of anything off the top of my head. Yeah, definitely some hype surrounding this unit. We'll see what happens. All right, then moving on to the Light Nzuko. This one's an attack type. Also a natural 4-star. And second skill, it's got the same second skill as we just looked at. And third skill, Blood Demon Art passive, increases your damage in proportion to the amount of your HP lost. Grants Endure on yourself for 1 turn after you attack an enemy. Boss excluded on your turn. Holy shit. Okay. So a unit that does more damage based on the less amount of HP they have, and also provides themselves with Endure. So it's like if you gave Trevor Endure. This is another hype one. Also, we made a video recently covering this girl here. If you pair them together, you're going to have one of the craziest combos. And now you also don't have to worry about bringing something that provides Endure. She just does it herself. Pretty crazy. She buffed Miho in my opinion. Yeah, we'll see. I definitely want to take a look at what she actually does in battle. All right, Dark Nzuko. I feel like I'm starting to lose my voice here. She's a Nat 5, support type. Good HP on her. And second skill's got that roundhouse kick, same as the water one. And then third skill, Purification Cooperation. That's a tongue twister. Removes all harmful effects from yourself and 2 allies with the lowest HP. And grants immunity for 3 turns. Then attacks the enemy target together with the target allies and removes all beneficial effects from the target. And then it goes on a 4-turn cooldown. Lot going on here. Removing harmful effects from yourself and allies. Granting 3 turns of immunity, which is a lot of turns. Attacks. Okay, so you get to bring 1 ally to attack with her. Yeah, this one's definitely a build. And then also comes with an HP leader skill, 38% for guild content. These guys, or these girls, they're definitely not guys, but these girls are definitely made for guild content, but I think can also be useful in RTA. Some maybe for arena defense. Nothing here really for dungeons except for this unit. This is the only one that might be really good for dungeons. I think I'm building this whole lineup. There's nothing here I wouldn't build. Obviously, I build everything, but I'm just talking about, like, would I seriously build it? Like, actually for a reason. I think all of these units I'm building for a serious, specific reason. So that is the Nzukos. And now we are on to the final collab units. Ino Inos Hashibira. I nailed that, didn't I? Once again, I can't remember which one of these we already took a look at. But yeah, let's just get into it. They're mainly attack types, and then just the water here is a support. But the fire one, first skill coming through, attacks the enemy to stun for 1 turn with a 30% chance. Goes up to a 50% chance. I mean, stun's nice. It's kind of a low chance. Wish it was like 100%, but I'm sure he makes up for it with the other skills. Second skill, Devour, attacks all enemies to disturb their HP recovery for 2 turns with an 80% chance. The damage increases according to your current HP. Okay, so this isn't like, it's not based off of his HP, it's just his current HP. So he could be super squishy, and if he's taking some damage, he'll do more damage, right? Or no? The more HP he has, the more damage he does? Yeah, I think they need to reword this a little bit. I'm pretty sure they mean, like, if he's got more HP, he does more damage. So if you attack with this on turn 1, it's going to do more damage. But it doesn't really specify. Anyway, third skill, King of the Mountain passive. Decreases your chance of being granted with harmful effects by 35% and decreases the duration of harmful effects on you by 1 turn. This effect does not accumulate, and the duration of harmful effects does not fall below 1 turn. Additionally, recovers your HP by 15% when your turn begins. Yeah, so with that in mind, I'm pretty sure the more HP he has, the more damage he's gonna deal. Because otherwise, why would he be healing himself just to nerf himself? But yeah, we'll have to see the damage on this guy. I'm not really overly impressed by it yet. But if it does like a crazy amount of AoE damage, then maybe he's better than I'm thinking right now. I know people are going to be like, well, you got to consider his passives, what his passives are doing here. But he's an attack type unit. You're looking to just one-shot him anyway. So like these other effects shouldn't really be coming into play too often. This skill is also only on a 3-turn cooldown after skill ups. And the chance to disturb HP recovery is 100% after skill ups. I don't know. Build or pass? I think I would build it just because I like AoE cleavers. I think this guy looks cool. Looks pretty funny. But I like the dual swords coming out there. And yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? I believe we looked at the water one similar to Tiana. Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember that one. Okay, that's what we're going to look at next. They remind me of South Park Man Bear Pig. Now that you say it, I do see that. That is definitely Man Bear Pig right there. Don't know anything about the show or if they reference that at all, but I'm super serial. That's funny. That's good shit. All right, moving on to the water one. Did we look at we didn't look at the leader skill. Okay, so just another random arena 38% defense leader skill, completely random. Why is that not attack? He's an attack type unit or speed or something that actually makes sense. But you know, at least he has a leader skill. Adds something to his overall kit, I guess. But moving on, support type. Like I said, we went over this unit. Nat 5 also has a speed leader, 28% speed leader. So it's a Tiana with a speed leader. Yo. Hold up now. Okay, let's just go through it again real quick, just to remember everything exactly how it is. The second skill I remember saying was pretty lackluster. Decreases defense for 2 turns. This attack won't land as a glancing hit, so you're damn near guaranteed to land the defense break every time. Yeah, nothing too crazy. But then this skill here, Spatial Awareness, removes all beneficial effects from all enemies and gains a turn instantly. Listen, if this increased attack bar, it's the new Tiana plus plus. But right now, it's just the new Tiana. It's the water Tiana with the leader skill. But now you have to bring in more attack bar boosters to make up for the fact that he's not boosting attack bar. And like I said before, I'm pretty sure it's a guarantee to remove the beneficial effects, but I'm not 100% positive yet. We still have to test that out, but I'm pretty sure that's the way it works. But yeah, if that's the case, that's crazy. That is crazy. Definitely a build. Not even like a debate. You build this guy. He's going to be good on some sort of team, arena, RTA. Not for PvE. Guild Wars is going to be good. Maybe not, though. This is only for arena, so maybe not Guild Wars. But yeah, for PvP, really good unit. And moving on, we got the Wind Inozuki. He's an attack type and a natural 3-star unit. Second skill attacks all enemies, same as the fire one. And then third skill, Palisade Bite, increases your attack power for 2 turns and attacks the enemy 5 times. The target defeated by this attack cannot be revived during the battle. Attacks 5 times. This attack hits twice, and this one only hits once. So I don't think it's going to be good for Necro. Also gets a crit rate leader skill in arena. Pretty high crit rate leader skill for a Nat 4. This is just going to be good against, you know, obviously anything that revives, preventing them from reviving. If you come up against a Nana, it's going to be good against that. Good against Vanessa. And I think specifically good against Triana. Being able to attack multiple times, go through the passive, and kill the target. And not only killing the target after the multi-hits, but if there's like a second reviver on the team, it goes through the Triana passive and then also prevents the target from getting revived, say by a like Nana or something like that, or a Vanessa. So I can see the use with this one. Do I think it's a must build as soon as you get them? I don't know, to be honest. I think I'm passing on this one. I think he can be really good situationally, but I don't know. I think there's other stuff you can build that can still do that job, especially Nat 5s and stuff that are better. But not a bad unit. I'm not saying this is a terrible unit. If you decide to build him, you know, you can get some use out of him. But also, like, obviously for PvE, like Giants, not going to be great for that. You don't want a multi-hit. He's got the multi-hits for Necro, but his first skill is a single target. Doesn't really make sense. Yeah, I'm passing on the Wind Inozuki. And moving on to the last 2 units here, the Light Dark Inozukis. This one is an attack type unit with a lot of attack on him. Reduced his HP a little bit for all that attack, 900 attack. Second skill, same as the water one. Won't land as a glancing hit. So this is going to be nice against, well, he's element neutral, so I guess that doesn't really matter too much. But yeah, third skill's got to be crazy. Okay, it's literally called crazy cutting. So attacks all enemies 3 times. The first hit decreases their defense for 2 turns. Second hit decreases their attack bar by 75%, and the third hit increases their cooldown time by 1 turn. That is some crazy cutting. Doing 3 different things here, and yeah, basically you let this guy get a turn, you let him attack on top of a defense break. Well, really he doesn't even have to attack on top of a defense break, because he might land it on his first turn of this ability, or first attack of this ability, and then do the extra damage on top of it. So really he just needs an attack buff, and for everything to have no immunity on them. But yeah, and then also actually makes sense. He comes with a arena 38% attack leader skill, so he's going to be able to do even more damage on top of his already high base attack. This guy's a definite build. If I had him, 100% building him. He prevents things from being revived. For example, if you're going up against Vanessa, reduce her cooldown with this attack so she doesn't revive anything. Yeah, definitely a build. Definitely a build on this guy. Mind blown. So OP, it's stupid. And he gets attack lead. Yup. Definitely a must build. Alright, and then Dark Inozuki, the last one here. 4-star, natural 4-star unit. Attack type. Comes with the AoE attack skill, Devour. Also, I keep forgetting, this damage increases according to current HP, so we're going to have to test how much damage that's actually doing. And then third skill, passive, fierce attack, gains immunity against attack bar decreasing effects, increases your attack power by 30% and critical rate by 20% when the battle begins. Okay, so this guy, you don't have to build him with high crit rate. He's going to buff his own crit rate. And little buff to his attack. Just trying to think. Like, he just seems like a solid AoE damage dealer. And then comes with the random HP leader skill. Maybe that's hinting towards build this guy with more HP in mind instead of attack. You know, I think it's a build, but it's not like a, oh, I'm definitely building this thing right away. I just think it does just barely enough to maybe qualify for your arena cleave unit if you need one. Disturbing HP recovery could be good against certain defenses. And yeah, I think it's going to be easy to get him to deal a lot of damage on top of a defense break. Could maybe use one extra thing to him though. He is a Nat 4 though, so they're not trying to make him too overpowered. But he kind of reminds me of Leia. If you guys don't know who Leia is, I'm sure you all know who Leia is by now. This unit kind of reminds me of this unit. Obviously this one has the increase of 200%, so it's a lot more damage. But I can kind of see it being used in a similar way. Also, Leia has a ridiculous amount of base speed. But yeah, that'll do it. That is the new units. What is your guys' thoughts? We also have the wind one that we didn't go over because there's only one of him and we already won over him in the balance patch. But he looks pretty sick. What we can do next real quick is take a look at their skill animations. We're not done yet. Completely forgot about this family. The Zenitsu Agitsuma. Attack type, attack type, attack type, and attack type. So all attack type, all with pretty decent base speed. 106, I'm pretty sure is higher than everybody else we've looked at so far. And the fire one here is a Nat 4. First skill, Thunderclap and Flash. Attacks the enemy to decrease its defense for 2 turns with a 50% chance. The damage increases according to your attack speed. Really nice. Simply build them fast. It's got the fast, not super fast, but somewhat fast base speed. Thunderclap and Flash 8-fold. Attacks all enemies 2 times to decrease their attack bar by 50% with a 50% chance. The damage increases by 50% if the target's attack bar is 0. Okay, so you could use him to decrease their attack bar or use somebody before him to already decrease their attack bar so he deals more damage. This is on a 3-turn cooldown after skill ups and goes up to 60% chance to land these effects. He's got 4 abilities. Just realize that. Do they all have 4? They all have 4 abilities. Alright, and then he's got the passive protective power. Gains immunity against inability effects. Increases the damage by 50% if there is an ally under an inability effect when you attack on your turn. So 2 things that potentially increases damage. And then third ability, Thunderclap and Flash, godlike speed. Jeez. Some absolute books here. Attacks the enemy with an attack that always has a attribute advantage and ignores effects that resist death. If you have attack the enemy target with HP below 30%, deals additional damage by 30% of the target's max HP, 10% if it's a boss. Thunderclap and Flash godlike speed can be used twice per battle and increases your attack bar by 50% after using this skill. Twice per battle, so you can't use this more than 2 times. So you either kill them or you lose the match. Or you kill enough of them to where the rest of your team can finish off the rest of their team. So much going on here. I definitely did not fully comprehend all of that information. But yeah, let's see if the rest of them are kind of the same. If that's the case, we'll just take a look at the animations and get the summoning. All the first skills are going to be the same. Second skill, is that the same as this one? No, it's not. Thunderclap and Flash 6-fold. Increase your attack speed for 2 turns when then attacks the target once and random enemies 5 times. The faster your attack speed, the greater the damage becomes. When attacking, stuns targets for 1 turn with a 30% chance, goes up to 50%, and reusable every 3 turns. Jesus, that's his second skill, and he's got 4 skills? Oh my goodness. Third skill, Unconscious Self passive, gains immunity against inability effects, increases your attack bar by 25% whenever you attack an enemy under inability effects. Okay. And then third skill, Thunderclap and Flash godlike speed. Is this the same? I believe it's exactly the same. Thank God for that. I don't have to read this 4th ability again. Is everyone the same? Yeah, it looks like they all have the same 4th ability here. So just have to learn and comprehend that skill, and you can kind of piece together what everything else is going to do for these guys. Let's look at the wind one here. Thunderclap. Is that the same as this one? That's 8-fold. Okay, so same as the water one. 3rd skill, Man Strong in Crisis. Passive, gains immunity against inability effects. When you take fatal damage from the enemy's attack, nullifies the damage taken, recovers your HP by 50%, and increases your attack power for 2 turns. Oh, wait, what? Oh, okay, so he doesn't die. He prevents himself from dying the first time, and he gets half his health back. Then increases his attack power. That seems pretty overpowered. I don't know. Seems pretty good to me. 4-turn cooldown, not bad. And then the light one is a 4-star with the same skill as the first one. And a 3rd skill, Extraordinary Hearing. Passive, gains immunity against inability effects. A lot of them seem to do this. Increases your attack bar by 50% when an ally excluding yourself under an inability effect gets a turn. Okay. Attack type unit kind of feels like a support type passive, but I think it's just the fact that he's getting so many turns, he's able to kind of cut through the enemy team pretty quickly. Yeah, and then he's also got this. I feel like they're all must builds so far, but it's one of those things where you just have to test it out and see like exactly what that 4th ability is doing and how everything kind of combines together in a match. All right, and then the dark one is a nat 5. It's got the 6-fold skill, same as the fire one. No, it's not. Same as the wind and water one. Already getting confused. And then passive, hidden sense of justice, gains immunity against inability effects again. Additionally, increases the damage dealt according to your critical rate. Inflicts continuous damage for 1 turn to the target if your attack lands as a critical hit. Okay, so obviously build him max crit rate, or at least pair him with something that's going to max out his crit rate. I'm not sure if it stacks or not. Like if you get 100% crit rate and then put a crit rate leader skill on top of it and then also buff him with crit rate, does that all stack together to increase his damage even further? I have no idea. Definitely worth a test though. But that'll officially do it. We're done with these guys. What do you think of the Zenitsus? Are you building them? Are you passing on them? Is there something that I'm missing here that I'm not talking about that's pretty significant about them? Let me know.